Oh, yes, I remember. We were in the world's least hygienic morgue.
A woman's corpse. I'll be in a bag soon, too, if I don't get out of here.
I'm questioning the methodology that put you in one of these things without putting you in a bag. Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sanitarium.
The doors have frozen shut.
That's all. The place look particularly cold. Why do we have a bank vault of a door? Never mind, I've got bigger problems to deal with.
Beware, Max. The closer you come to reaching your goal, the more danger you are in. Someone seeks to keep you here with us forever. One who will do anything to keep you from leaving the asylum.
Right. Thank you, Madam Zombie.
Why? Who conspires against me?
I can only say that if you leave, it will mean this person's downfall. But your time is short. Waste not fruitless questions on me. The air grows thick with frost, and soon I must return to my eternal slumber.
Yes. You're surprisingly eloquent for, how to put this? A corpse.
It's getting cold.
The temperature is dropping. They want you to sleep, like me, forever.
I see.
Forever?
You
Or in
must
simpler terms,
escape this
die.
cold tomb, for there are other secrets frozen in time.
Right you are, friend. I'm gonna guess that involves this door.
Need to get out of here. That
Oh, that's
door
what
is the only
smoke
way.
coming out of my face is. I should have picked up that earlier. I thought it was like cartoonish confusion or something.
Must open the door. Get out of here.
Please don't be a puzzle. It's a puzzle! Hooray! And we haven't even started yet. Oh, gosh. Okay, what have we got? That doesn't work. I think those are like trying to work, but the situation isn't like set up correctly for them yet. That isn't working either. I can turn this though. How do I turn it back? Kitty yarn. Kitty yarn didn't mean to do that. Yes, get on with it. Okay, we've got like some switches here as well. I can pull? No? Oh, those turn things a little bit. Okay. Right. Kitty yarn. I'm not a locksmith, alright. I don't get how these things work. Okay, so that like puts things back to the very beginning. Oh, there we are. Something happened a little bit. Maybe if I turn it a little bit more. No. Ah, okay, this one's now been lifted up. So now I need to do the same thing on this one, I presume. Right. Okay. So you don't grab hold of the knob and move it left or right, you click on the arrows that go left or right instead of clicking and dragging. Okay. That would have been nice if we could have had an explanation. I hate to, sing the same old tune over and over again, but it would be really, really cool if 3 separate internet guides could not be completely inaccurate in describing how the puzzle works.
Losing momentum.
Right. I've barely even started and I already feel like I've been through a small war. Let's not even think about any of that. Let's just get on with this good game and not be annoyed at it.
What the hell are you doing?
Excuse me?
Cutting my research department in half? Pulling most of my funding, despite the fact that my department, my research is coming remarkably close to a cure?
Oh, your research. May I remind you that the Mercy Foundation was created around the success of my hope drug, not vague promises of a cure? Rather than wasting resources on an entirely new path, you need to channel your energies toward making the hope drug better. I thought that a few cutbacks would communicate this to you. Maybe you're not as bright as I thought.
You know, I think I figured you out. You're not interested in a cure. You just want hope to bring you more prestige, more money. You smart bastard. Give me back my department, otherwise I'll leave. I'll take my research with me and find a company that's more concerned with finding a cure than filling its pockets.
I can't believe that your opinion of me is so low, Max. We're friends. You're blowing the whole thing out of proportion, taking this personally. Your sister didn't die of DNAV, Max.
I apologize.
Really? Because I think you're being completely reasonable.
Those cutbacks are based solely on existing statistics.
Which is in
The truth
complete
is that it's
contrast to what you
difficult
said
to
30
measure the
seconds
success
ago.
of your research against the proven methods of the Hope treatment. Look, you don't have to leave Mercy to continue with your project. I'll look over the numbers again. We'll work something out.
How about you work something out with a knuckle sandwich between your molars?
Feel dizzy.
Oh, shush, you goososaurus.
An empty brass urn.
Can I have that? It looks marginally out of place, which from playing this game I have learned that anything that's even vaguely out of place should be clicked on a lot. Okay, what have we got here?
The number 3 is written on this page. In this carving, the sun in the valley represents a king on his throne. A small circle at the bottom of the hieroglyph symbolizes the king's subject and the world at his feet. Looks like there was a picture, but it's been ripped out.
I sense another puzzle. A journal? No, not
Empty
me. Not me. I want the book.
Nice oak desk. Sturdy.
What about this?
A
Table?
book of matches.
Now those sound like the exact kind of thing that you use in the puzzle, probably for burning this place to the ground. Anything else of any interest? A strange bust?
Dr. Morgan has an iron bust of himself. Pretentious.
Not even the Joker would do that. Okay. I'm taking that with me, am
An
I?
iron bust of Morgan.
Okay. I'm glad this kid has better understanding of what things we're going to need for the puzzles, because I sure as heck don't. Okay, never mind. Let's just brush past that door, completely ignore it, and study this horror
The
instead.
tag on this body says 7.
Do any of them say number 3?
The tag on this one says 9. There are no names on these tags. This just says 6. The tag on this body says 2.
What about this one? I can barely see here. Okay, so none of them have the number 3 on them. But, it seems like I can take something.
No. Maybe something...
You want me to use an item on this? Well, I doubt I'm going to burn
That
them.
would hurt.
Yes, indeed it would. I doubt I'm going to bash them with this.
That
And I highly doubt I'm going to bash them with this either.
No, that would hurt.
Okay, we shall come back to this at a later date.
Lord knows how many bodies have gone into this oven.
Indeed, I dread to think. Okay, despite the fact that it's quite a natural ending to life.
Well, this isn't working.
Okay, so perhaps I can get the
A bunch of
crematorium
tools in
working?
here.
What can I have from
A
here?
monkey wrench.
A wrench.
A monkey wrench.
I didn't think that's what a monkey wrench was. I thought a monkey wrench was an adjustable spanner. But never mind, just goes to show what I know. Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's another door out of here, so potentially...
A pipe U-joint. Too far away.
Yeah, there isn't a door there, is there? I'm just looking through walls, Superman that I am. So, yes, perhaps my objective is to get this place running again? I can't for the life of me imagine why. Maybe when I get them running I can then pick them up and burn the bodies for some bizarre reason? I can't imagine why I want to do that, but potentially that is a thing I could do. Let me see if I missed anything in here before we move on. Or is there isn't like a door here, is there? It's so very difficult to see these things. No, I don't think there's any doors here, so yeah, let me just see if there's any other items here that could be of any use to me or any other written information.
Someone wrote the number 2 here. The sunrise figured largely into Aztec culture.
Okay, why didn't we end up with quotation
Number
marks?
4 is written here. Aztec culture emphasizes visual components. Thus, the image of an eye wide open is repeated often in wall carvings.
Okay, so we seem to have some information about the interpretation of ancient carvings and other such imagery. Not that that does me an enormous amount of help. Can I still go back in here?
Doors have frozen shut.
No, okay, so I can't go back in there. Oh. There were another door here the whole time, and I never even realized. Excellent. Clearly I have a perception of 10. Right, what have we got?
Difficult to read. Isn't there an old trick about rubbing soot on worn carvings to make them legible?
Okay, that makes no logical sense whatsoever, but you are explaining what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be looking for some soot. Okay, maybe I can find that in the oven if I can get the door open. Though possibly what I'm going to end up using is
This door is locked.
someone's remains rather than anything else.
Interesting style. At least it's not a gargoyle.
It does look very Aztec though, doesn't it? It's also sort of golden. Makes me wonder maybe this should go in it.
No,
No.
I don't.
Or this should go in it.
I
No.
really-
Okay. Whatever makes you happy, friend. What have we got here?
The stone says, Eric R. Get to work, you maggots.
Charming. I'm going to guess he was some sort of big cheese around here, and wasn't very pleasant to the workforces. Okay, what's the... Hang on, what's that?
The tree, it moves.
It does indeed.
Tree,
I would have tried having a conversation with it, but then maybe I'm just,
the tree.
you know, weird. Okay, can I get around the other side of this building, this crematorium? Because I don't know why I want that pipe, but that pipe might come in handy for something. No, it doesn't seem like I can get down here. Can I read any of these other gravestones? This one, perhaps?
Headstone, Stephen B. Composed as a musician, now decomposing.
That's quite entertaining in its own macabre way. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything else here. So we've got ourselves a locked door, a headstone that we need some soot in order to read.
There's a nice warm beam of light coming through.
Bizarre.
Matches. Now I just need some cig.
Yes. Shut up, you silly smoker. Right, so if there's a patch of light there, those documents were talking about light?
An iron bust. What was I thinking?
I don't know, I'm guessing at this point. I was talking about like the sun in the valley represents the king, and that under him is the subject. I don't know. This game has a horrible tendency of going over my head most of the time.
No. Maybe something else. This pipe is cold.
Right.
Feels a little warm.
Make up your mind. What do you want me to do? Set fire to the whole thing?
Stupid.
Right, there's no need to be unkind. I'm trying my best, mate. I apologize that I'm not the Albert Einstein you want me to be.
The sculptor conveniently forgot her shirt. What's she holding? The sculptor convenient.
Oh, that's hilarious. What is she holding now? It looks... I've got absolutely no idea. I've certainly got nothing I could knock it down with. I just want to throw the wrench at it.
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, fine. Honestly. I mean, they say, you know, the church, man of the cloth, meant to be, you know, people of virtue. These sculptures are anything to go by. They are probably even less virtuous than we are.
I need something to bust through this wall.
To bust through, we need a bust. Quick, get your shirt off. Oh no, wait, hang on a minute. Not that kind of bust. I mean this kind of...
something to...
You've ruined my timing,
Iron.
mate. Okay.
A monkey
This is a
wrench.
fresh way of doing things.
Yes. I smell gas. Must be an open valve nearby.
Probably that one there.
Pipe valve.
Yes. Let's shut it before we get burned to death by the gas. Okay. We have the pipe and we figured out how you get to the back of this. Okay, that made me feel a little bit better. Because we got to bash Dr. Morgan's face into a wall.
Dr. Morgan has an iron bust
shut up.
of himself.
Yes.
Pretentious.
I know. We've bashed his bust into a wall now, so hopefully he'll shut up a little bit. Okay, so now that we've turned that valve on, this valve is connected to this pipe, which is connected to this machine. So does some of this work now?
How do I start up this gruesome thing? Aha!
Oh, well, I'm glad you worked that out all on your own, because frankly I'm sick of doing puzzles. Is this working now? Yes, it is. Let's get a body off here. This particularly bulbous one, probably...
Yuck!
Oh, it's all floppy as well, the rigor mortis doesn't says it. Right. Let's burn you. And get the ashes out of you. There we are.
Ugh. Hope this isn't anyone I know.
Because that makes it so much better, doesn't it?
A glass eye. Don't think the owner will miss it.
Okay, but bizarre.
Ugh.
That wasn't what I was expecting. I wanted the soot, actually.
A pipe.
Can I burn the others?
Tag on this one. The tag
No.
on...
Was I supposed to burn a very specific one and I didn't? Oh well, I got the glass eye, which is probably the thing I was after without realising it. Okay, let's just shut that out and get rid of that for the time being. Okay. So, if I could ever remember how you walk through a door... Okay, so we've got the pipe and we've swapped the bust for the eyeball. That doesn't help massively because it doesn't get me the soot I need for this, or the key I need for this, or the whatever under the sun I'm supposed to use on this bit of light here.
Uncle. What was I thinking? Ow! Too hot to touch. This pipe is cold. A monkey.
Okay, and whatever hot thing was in them is now gone, I suppose. No, the pipe, my friend. The pipes, the pipes, the
How to
pipes.
defrost this whole building.
So, hello? I didn't catch any of that. Does that open this door now? Yes, it
It
does.
feels much warmer in here.
Said something about one of these being frozen shut.
Someone's alive in there.
Hi, Poseidon. How can I help
Man.
you?
He looks
Of
cold.
course he is. He's stark naked. What do you expect?
Who are you?
My name's Arthur. Arthur Patrick. Yes, that's it.
Good for you. You remember your own name. Now, why under the sun were you in this morgue?
What are you doing in the drawer?
Last thing I remember, I was taking a nap in the courtyard, and then they were dragging me to some weird laboratory.
On the rooftop?
Could be. I don't know for sure. It was raining. I smelled blood. Dr. Morgan was there. He looked at me and said I was too damn old for his purposes, and I remember he was holding a human head. And then I think I fainted. They must have thought I was dead. Next thing I knew I was in that drawer. It scared all to hell.
I see. So I'm guessing, as Max alluded to, that was the like the rooftop facility we saw, where there were all those chalkboards and all the blood everywhere. And he was the subject that was brought up to potentially be one of Dr. Morgan's experiments.
Being in that drawer is enough to scare anyone.
I'm right. Dark and closed in. Terrible cold. God, that awful scratching.
What's scratching?
Scratching? What exactly was it?
Can't say for sure. Just remember hearing these awful screeching and scraping noises nearby.
Nearby where? Outside?
Yeah, it's kind of disorienting in there, you know. It sounded muffled, but I guess the sound was coming from another drawer.
Right you are then. I shall go rummaging through every single one of them.
It was a bit chilly in there, wasn't it?
Chilly. I damn near froze my ass off. Started to fall asleep. Must have dozed off until you came by. Did you turn up the heat?
Yes, I did.
Don't ask how.
It's nice here now. Thank you, Sonny.
Morgan, he was holding a head?
Swear, a stack of Bibles. I saw it. His arms were red with blood, and he was swinging around the head as he was talking, kind of gesturing with it, you know.
I think someone's seen Hamlet too many times.
Really yelling at the two orderlies if some patient got loose or something. I don't know more than that, because they fainted dead away at that point.
I think that might be the scene that we heard recorded on that tape player, because he was shouting at some people then about similar sorts of things. Right, let's see what else we can find in these other drawers, see if we can figure out where this scratching was coming from. That one's empty. What about this one? This one's empty as well. What about number 2? Oh, okay. I thought there might be something interesting in 2, 3, and 4, because those were the numbers on the pieces of paper that were talking about the Aztec carvings, but it seems like they're all empty. Let's try the lower ones. No, nothing in that one. I can't remember which one I came out of. I think I came out of the next one, which is covered in blood. No, well, it doesn't seem like there's anything in any of the other drawers. Certainly nothing that I can see or examine. But, I mean, I presume that that is a step in the right direction, but it hasn't really helped. Really set anything up. Or got anything going.
Matches. Brass urn filled with ashes.
I was just thinking it would be rather difficult to carry a bunch of soot in my hands, and maybe I need something to carry it with. And I suppose an urn is as good as anything. Personally, I would have gone for a good old-fashioned dustpan and brush, but what do I know? Okay, let's see whether we can get this thing running now. And by running, I mean legible. What does it say?
The ashes show faint scratches. A name. Paul Stark.
Good. That helps.
The ashes show...
Seriously, how is that supposed to help me? How does that help me with anything? Does he know a Paul Stark, perhaps? It's the only thing I can guess. You ever heard of someone called Paul Stark? No, you haven't. Can I still talk to this woman?
She's dead. Isn't she? Am I going crazy?
Well, she was dead for a while, and then I think she got a bit bored of it and decided to try something else with her afternoon.
I can't... What's the... Not... Empty. Wait a second. There are scratches all over the inside. These scratches don't look arbitrary. Was someone trying to communicate something?
Right.
Now what? A glass...
You will pardon me if at times this game makes no sense to you whatsoever. You can open a drawer, and what you need to do is open a completely nondescript drawer that looks exactly the same as all the others. And if you click on it, you'll just put the drawer back. But sometimes when you click on it, you will get in it. And then you look through a glass eye, which makes the scratches appear more logically, in a more readable fashion. Right, let's get back to something that I'm at least vaguely acceptable at doing, and that's reading. There once was a man who planted a tree and spoke to it daily. Sounds like a crazy person if you ask me. In reverent rhymes, but not in easy-to-read statements. Before the man died, he shared it with me, what the tree The rhyme I have spoken to the tree many times. Approach it with caution. The trees, those really dangerous things. They're known for mugging a lot of people around here. And whisper these words. Speak to me, tree, lest your eyes nest with birds.
Well, that was an eye-opening experience.
Kitty, they also magically shut on your own if you walk away from them, which I think is a nice feature, which I wish more doors would do. Oh well, never mind. So is that the magical squinting tree up here? I'm supposed to say whatever under the sun it was. Speak to me, tree, lest your eyes nestle with birds.
Speak to me, tree, lest your eyes nest with birds.
Doesn't rhyme.
Why have you summoned me,
Because this game gives me a
stranger?
headache, that's why.
Normally it is the man with the glass eye who speaks the words of commandment.
I've got the glass eye.
I'm afraid he's dead, but he left behind the cryptic message that led me to you.
Very well. What is it that you seek?
You could give me a key for that other building over there, or you could give me a one-way train ticket out of this place, because apparently the moment I step into another postcode, my mortal enemy is going to blow up, according to what that girl said, but,
Who are you?
My name is Melis Ionsis. I am the guardian of the light, protector of the grove.
I think you're a crazy person with a wooden costume on, but never mind.
How do you guard the light? It's all around us.
Fool! The light. It is housed within the heart of ancient mighty warriors. They alone understand the true meaning of sacrifice.
I don't understand. What do you sacrifice?
Freedom, movement, growth. My limbs ache to stretch upwards into the nurturing sunlight. Yet I must remain steadfast, lest my trunk stray from its position in the grove. I am he who must remain in place.
As we all know, trees that grow upwards, their trunks sprout legs and run off into various different nations. Or maybe not, I don't know. Mind you, he is a talking tree. So maybe I shouldn't apply human standards to him.
Why must the grove be protected?
Greed, pride, evil. These aspects of humanity threaten all life. Thus I remain, and none may pass, save one.
Who?
The Creator.
Brilliant, that was a very nondescript description. Could you give me a more descriptive description
Creator?
now?
Yes, by his name only shall I be swayed from my place.
Mr. Stark from
In
earlier.
the name of your creator, Paul Stark, I command you to move aside.
Paul Stark, the Creator. He who planted my seed and gave me life. In his name, I do as commanded.
Well, get on with it then. Never in my life have I see a tree sidestep something. That's brilliant though. Quite enjoyed looking at that. So, what clue was actually supposed to lead me to the conclusion that this name was the name of the creator?
The ashes show faint scratches. A name, Paul Stark.
Is it because it says scratches? It's not like the actual etching or the carving on it, so it was maybe scratched by the same bloke that was scratching inside of his coffin? So to try and make sure that I got that piece of information? Is that meant to be the link? Maybe. What's this massive green emerald all about?
Strange and wonderful prism. It seems to focus the light that passes through it.
Does it indeed? Well, that will come in most handy for something or other. I'd have no idea what we're going to achieve with this. But I reckon we can use this didgeridoo on this.
Yes, the light. It's opening the door.
Could you do that again? No, you
I
couldn't,
thought-
because it's exploded now. So you stand in a place and you shine some light, and is she like holding a mirror or something? So I like stood here and shined the light like upwards, and it bounced off her mirror, which then went down there. Okay, I've given up trying to apply
Max,
any logic.
I don't know how you found me, but you're too late. I'm leaving now. Leaving you here with the rest of the dead people.
Damn you, Morgan!
And now we've got a teleporter. I mean, of course we have. Okay. I'm glad I'm getting past like this frustration. This always happens with me. Eventually the frustration just gives way to I just accept it eventually. And I'm glad we're starting to reach that stage.
Statue of an Aztec warrior. It looks almost lifelike.
But on the fact that it's the wrong colour. But never mind.
A globe. Pencil marks on Central America.
What do you mean with the Aztecs used to live?
A phone. Just my luck. It's dead.
Oh, naturally, like everything else around here.
Their cosmic structure was simple. Earth below in the form of twin mountains. The sun and stars above. Over these, another world exists. One beyond this life. There's a number 1 written next to this passage.
So we've got 4 different documents with respective numbers on them, talking about various interpretations of Aztec symbols, and I'm guessing that's going to come into a puzzle to get this thing working.
Looks like an Aztec calendar. But something's wrong. There's a device hooked up to it.
A random freaky teleporter.
This isn't a normal Aztec calendar. Some of the parts move.
I wouldn't know what a normal Aztec calendar looked like at the best of times. Okay, so we've got 5 things here, not 4. So how do I interact with this? Okay, I can like push little buttons, which then which moves stuff around. So that one I can move independently of all the others. So I should start up this end, I think, and get these symbols to line up. Yeah, like that. I want something that's kind of round like that, and that one's already done for us, which is lovely. What have we got there? That one there, and then this one is presumably going to be a blank one. No, that can't be right. We don't have a blank one here. Okay. Then this is surely the only one that this could be, unless there's another triangle with like a different symbol on the other side. No, that wouldn't work. That one's not lined up properly. But it's... Okay, now it's gone to a blank one completely. Okay, I'm very confused. Very confused about how all this all sort of comes together. Because it seems like the sequences between the 2 pieces seem to constantly be changing. And yet they're going around by the same amount each time, which is mightily befuddling. But never mind. And then this one's blank as well. Bizarre. Good. Is that right? I've got no clue at all. I've got them all lined up with pictures that all, you know, like the left half and the right half match now. At least I think I have. But it doesn't seem to have done anything. So I'm guessing that I need a particular, like, pattern of images, and those pieces of paper I've been reading are supposed to tell me that. Is this like the sun in the valley it was talking about, perhaps? And I need to get it maybe like a little circle at the bottom of it for like the king and his subject, as it were. But the question is what order do I put them in? I have no idea.
The secret to activating the device appears to be the use of 5 distinct symbols.
Well done, Sherlock. I'd worked that bit out on my own. So is there a 5th note?
Number 5 is written next to this passage. Spoken rituals, visual elements, even the placement of participants all conformed to the balance between 2 states.
The balance between 2 states? What are you babbling on about? Okay, right. Give me a minute to reread these documents, and I'll see if I can figure out roughly which symbol goes with each one.
Their cosmic structure was simple. Yes! What the...
Okay, didn't realise I had 3, 4, and 5 set up correctly then. Gentlemen, put some trousers on at once. I was reading through the notes, and it was obvious that the first one was meant to be the Twin Mountains with the sun above it. The second one was supposed to be the sunrise. I guessed it was left to right. The third one is the sun in the valley with the circle at the bottom. The fourth is meant to be an eye, and I couldn't figure out what the fifth one. It was just talking about balance, which I'm guessing just meant that the thing on the left had to be the same as the thing on the right, but that seemed blatantly obvious.
The sacred warrior surveys the wrecked village.
Okay, auditioning for writing position with Hubris Comics, are you? I was also wrong that you don't go from right to left, you go from left to right, but that's beside the point. We got through that, which was bizarre and confusing, but whatever, we've got another freaky character to get along with now.
Here is the woman whose magic summoned me.
Hello, magical summoning woman. I need to speak to you from below for some bizarre reason that have just turned you around, but never mind.
Old woman, what is your station?
By the Great Spirits, you have arrived.
Indeed.
I thought your arrival to be merely a vision, but here you stand, Olmec, the holy warrior. Praise the gods.
Still your tongue, old crone. I asked your station. What is it?
Forgive me. My name is Titio. I am the village oracle.
Right, you haven't seen a crazy looking guy, like sort of slightly sort of rounded gentleman in a big white jacket goes by the name of Dr. Morgan with an extremely punchable face, have you? Because I kind of need to punch him in the face.
Why have you come to greet me, old one? Where is the village chieftain?
He is repairing the village, great one. Forgive us, for we are few in number.
That's alright, don't worry, I'm used to dealing with small crowds.
What of this village? Why was I summoned?
It is Quetzalcoatl, Holy One. He has returned.
What nonsense is this? He sits on his majestic throne in the heavens, not in this pathetic dung heap of a village.
No, Sacred One. He truly has returned, just as prophesied on the Wall of Sorrow.
Is that the thing underneath me? Isn't Quetzalcoatl, isn't he the Aztec version of the devil? Or have I got him muddled up with something?
If you speak the truth, then I must see him. Where is he?
He stands atop the angry mountain, Your Grandness. He is using his magic to bring forth the blood of the land to kill us all.
Right. I really should have brought my Aztec phrase book.
The Jaguar Temple still stands?
Yes, it withstood both the flood and the rock slides. He intends to melt the very stones of the temple itself with the blood of the angry mountain, destroying what's left of the village.
That sounds very, very sad. That's going to ruin all the Yelp ratings, isn't it?
Your tale told of the shaven-head Otanmi warriors. Where are they?
Quetzalcoatl slaughtered them as if they were children. And now their shades roam the land, trapped here by his wicked magic.
Shades, eh? Can they not fight still in these new forms?
Nay, fearless one, they are but lost souls, trapped between life and death. Their inability to battle their foe has driven them mad. They rant only crazed things in the voices of ghosts.
Very unfortunate indeed. Well, I've many things to be getting on with, madam. Least of all questioning why your skin appears to be pink in your model, but then grey in the picture. But never mind. What, is this the Wall of Sorrow you were talking
The
about?
Wall of Sorrow. Images which tell the story of this village.
I see. What are these gentlemen doing?
These people have called me. I heard their voices.
And I wiggled my shoulders around in eager response to it all. Okay, I guess I'd better go and tell Quetzalcoatl that he's got to move on. Right. Okay. Anything else? This is bizarre. Is he one of the shades they were talking about?
His soul still dwells here.
Oh well, not anymore.
This water is impure.
It is. It's been very naughty water. It has. How very, very mischievous of it. Okay. So has there been some sort of flood? just sort of raised the river and not allowed me to access that little bit of, well, architecture.
He too has been slain by the evil god.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, can I have... Oh, no, I can't have a chat with him. Maybe I could have had a chat with him for an instant.
Spirit, what say you?
Failed. All. Could not defeat one.
Yes, well, it's not always about numbers, is it?
Do you judge yourself a failure? How can that be when you have died in honor on the battlefield?
Honor not. Failed village. Defeated by only one man.
I get the distinct impression you were defeated by only one god, but never mind.
What name did you go by in this world, fallen hero?
Mixcoatl. Eldest war chief. Elder brother to Huitzilop.
I am not going to try and pronounce any of these names.
You were the war chief?
Yes. Victorious in many battles.
Good for you. I'm sure that did you excellent on all the dating sites.
What was your station as warrior, Spirit?
War chief.
Like he said twice a minute ago.
Eldest warrior. And leader of clan.
Okay, I think that's enough of him. Let's move on. What's this funny looking thing down here? Oh, is it severed body
Innocence
parts?
crushed in the fist of the evil god.
Quite. I like this design though, with like the teeth forming like a jaw. Looks a bit sort of weird and freaky. Okay, so now we have some other folks to talk to. We've done quite a lot of talking in this episode, so I want to do a little bit more exploring.
Scalding lake of lava.
Kind of begs the question why it hasn't burned out into the rest of it, but never mind. I love the expressions on these two guys. They are the most wonderful expressions ever. Yes, indeed, my friend.
Quetzalcoatl has desecrated the bodies of such honorable warriors.
Such fashionable warriors too, such bright colours. Kids not.
You cannot touch me. Yet I have gained much power. The soul of the shaven head upon me feed my magic. He is
Thank
too
you.
powerful. I must find a way to destroy the evil one. Perhaps I may find some magical talismans nearby.
Convenient that would be, wouldn't it?
Many have been sacrificed on this spot. Some for good, some for evil.
Killing people on tables, that thing we all do for good purposes. Yes. He said that the souls of the warriors were what were feeding his magic, so maybe if I can release their souls somehow and get them to like pass on into the next life, their souls will go away. And that will take away his batteries for his power. So let's have a chat with this guy if he ever comes back here again, which it seems like I've now insulted him and he's not
This
going to.
one appears to have died very young.
He seems as big as all the others to me.
Spirit, what say you?
One battle died, never to see honor on battlefield.
Died in your first battle.
What name did you go by in this world, fallen hero?
Xylonen, the youngest warrior of clan, unproven.
We've all been there at some point in our lives.
Was this but your first battle?
And last. Never to fight again.
What was your station as warrior, Spirit?
Youngest of clan.
Honor comes with courage, young Spirit. Your courage at such a young age is honorable. Walk with head held high.
Cannot dishonor or dying in first battle. Curse me.
Yeah, it seems like they're all very upset about the situation of, being dead. So I'm guessing that my job is to go to the Aztec City University, get myself a degree in counselling, come back and convince them all that really it wasn't their fault and everything's fine. And then, then they'll all, trot off. That thing's shiny.
An empty copper bowl. It must have been used for sacrifices.
It's important because it's shiny. I'm going to have that. Don't mind the fact that I'm stealing all your stuff, Aztec villagers. Okay, what does this woman have to say for
A
herself?
truly venerable woman.
I don't know what that word means. Hello?
Old woman, what say you?
I see the Oracle was successful in summoning you. Although at this point, I don't see much use in it. The damage has been done. You have no purpose here.
What do you mean by that, bitter crone? I am Olmec. I fight for the gods themselves.
You sound as zealous as my husband, the fool.
What do you mean I have no purpose? Women always find a purpose for me. Walking their dogs.
What man would be mad enough to wed your sour-tongued old one?
Quetzalcoatl, the witch is my husband. He fathered 2 fine warriors with me, and now he runs to meet death's embrace. Meanwhile, I must sit obediently while he throws away his life on a fool's errand.
Sounds like he's not dead yet, though.
What errand do you speak of?
He plans on fighting that bastard. Undead king using his small magic. He is doomed and will die in vain.
A man trying to achieve something that is small but magical? Not the first time I've heard that. Who are these warrior
Where
children
are your
of
2
yours?
sons? Did they die in battle?
Yes. Quetzalcoatl shattered their bodies as though they were made of straw. Soon my fool husband will join them, and I'll be truly alone.
Your husband definitely isn't dead.
What is that you are mixing?
Nothing important, Holy One. Just a simple balm for my aching bones. Age has not been kind to me.
I presume it's taken your eyesight as well, given the fact that you haven't realised there were these bodies
The
here.
village is in ruin. Such destruction. Surely these people did not deserve this fate.
I'm not convinced anyone deserves
Such
this kind of
dis-
thing. Right, so perhaps we should go and speak to the husband, because if he's got some idea of how we might be able to fight this chap,
Can one woman's sorrow be so great?
that's a very dangerous question to ask, my friend. Let's not get into it.
Woman, what say you? Why do you weep so?
Forgive me, O Holy One, for not showing you the proper respect. But I am racked with grief over the loss of my husband. He died in the battle with Quetzalcoatl.
That seems to be quite a common way to go around these
Who
parts.
was your husband?
His name was Tepiktok. He was a warrior, but also the village's best fisherman. He lived off the gifts of the sea, and devoutly worshipped the goddess of water. The cool walls of the water temple were to his liking, and he often spent his days in deep meditation and prayer there.
Something to do with your afternoon, isn't it? Where is this temple?
I have seen that the water temple is flooded.
Yes, by the evil one's doing. Quetzalcoatl called down a wave of water to destroy it, but it still stands proudly in the water.
He's probably quite happy to be there, given that it's the Temple of Water. I mean, if I had a Temple of Oreos, and then suddenly this avalanche of Oreos came down and hit it in the face, I wouldn't exactly be complaining, unless they got broken. Right, let's see what else we've got here. We've got lots of
Why does this
wailing women,
woman
haven't
worry
we?
so?
Oh well, never mind.
Woman, what say you?
Olmec, you have come to us. Thank the gods, for our prayers have been answered.
Yes, your prayers reach me, and I am here. What
Could
is
have
your
sent me a
station?
letter, but never
I
mind.
am the wife of the chieftain.
Is he dead as well? Is there any blokes around here that aren't dead?
Why was your husband spared Quetzalcoatl's wrath?
He was praying inside the temple of the Jaguar when the evil one came. By the time the echoes of death reached him, the battle was over. He emerged to find nearly the entire village destroyed. He was bound by tradition to become chieftain. Thus he cannot attack Quetzalcoatl, and now he broods in a dark mood.
He sees himself a coward for not being able to die in battle with the others.
I see. What's this tradition
You
you're on
speak of
about?
tradition as though it is undesirable. Your husband should be honored to be chieftain.
But Olmec, oh wise one, it was never his desire to become chieftain, especially not this way.
Fair
Working
point.
with the earth and revealing the secrets it hid inside brought him great joy.
And now he's trapped in middle management, like the rest of us.
What happened during the battle?
At first, when we saw our revered king back from the land of the dead, we were overjoyed. We thought he had come back to lead us to great victories. Instead, he came to destroy us. Although our warriors fought fiercely, Quetzalcoatl scattered them like broken twigs. After they had been killed, he unleashed his dark magic on us.
That sounds exciting. What sort of dark magical things did it do to you?
What magics did he wield?
He caused a massive wave to come down and crush the Temple of Water.
Oh, I know
He
that
caused the
superpower.
earth to shake violently.
It's called pollution.
The mountain broke apart and almost crushed all the huts, burying the Temple of Wind. Only the Temple of the Jaguar withstood his power.
Temple of Wind. This is also known as the local curry takeaway.
Who remains in the village?
There are but a handful of us left. My husband does what he can to repair the damage of the walls of the huts, but his mind is elsewhere. The death of our beloved daughter weighs heavily upon him.
She was killed in the battle?
My husband insists that she was crushed beneath the boulders which destroyed the village walls.
You speak as though you disbelieve your own words.
I cannot help myself. I somehow feel that she still lives.
Which, in adventure game logic, means that she definitely does. And it is my solemn duty to figure out where under the sun she is. How should we fix things? By walloping them with hammers. I'm glad to see this ethos has survived into the modern day.
This lowly worker appears strong and proud.
You the chieftain they were talking about?
You there, what is your station?
I was the stonemason. Now I am village chief. What are you? And why do you enter this village?
I am Olmec, holy warrior. You dare address me in that tone?
I do. You may frighten the others, but you'll get no such satisfaction from me. Where were you when we needed you most? Your arrival now means nothing to me. You're too late.
Okay.
You say I am late, but you are wrong.
I'll still
That
solve
so?
everything and bring
My
everyone back
precious
to
daughter
life.
lies crushed beneath these rocks. The day Quetzalcoatl arrived, I prayed to your god with all my heart. You come to us now? The warriors are dead. The temples are in ruins. My daughter is dead.
All very sad, I agree, but have you seen the tubes round here? Like, honestly, getting them to run on time would be like getting the river to run in the opposite direction.
You say your daughter is dead. How do you know?
She was in her hut when the rocks fell. Look around you. Death is everywhere. I've lost everything that is dear to me.
Including the ability to look someone in their face when they talk to you.
You say you were the stonemason.
Yes, that is my trade. Like my father before me, and his father before him, I work the earth, shaping it to my will. I am a simple craftsman who now rules what's left of this village. A heavy burden on my weary shoulders.
There are worse fates, Mason.
I know. I have seen what happens to those who oppose Quetzalcoatl's rule.
His punishment is swift and severe, in death as it was in life, when he ruled this village as king.
Yes, but he was just and true back then, not this abomination which has returned to destroy us. We revered him when he was of flesh and bone, and upon his death, we crafted a tomb as a monument to his greatness. I myself crafted the stones and jewelry he was adorned with.
Very good of you. I somehow doubt he's going to return the favour. Right, you're going to return to walloping things, aren't you? Doesn't seem like I can get any further in here. Okay, right. My giddy aunt. Okay. What's with the toy soldier?
Big totem pole.
Yes, I know. I'm very experienced with dealing with a big totem pole.
The path is blocked. Perhaps another time.
What are you babbling on about, you blithering idiot? The path isn't blocked, it's literally right here.
An unhappy spirit.
They're all unhappy, aren't they? Idiot. I want to talk to most of them, but I feel like we've spent the entire game talking to people. Okay. I don't know if this is the Temple of Wind, but it might be the Temple...
Most sacred warrior, you must find blood that springs from a holy heart, and a heart which does not bleed. Place these two offerings in the bowls before you, and then you may enter the Temple of the Jaguar.
I'll get you a megaphone while you're at it. Okay.
Empty copper bowl. It must have been...
Right, okay, I'll go and find you a heart that doesn't bleed and another one which bleeds of something else. I really ought to pay more attention to these things. Okay, right. Let's just keep exploring, because right now I just have millions and millions of questions and zero answers.
They have honored Quetzalcoatl with this statue, and he repays them with destruction.
That's the thing I can't understand, because I was under the impression that Quetzalcoatl was an Aztec god. But it seems like he was a past chieftain of this village, and now he's come back to be a big meanie face about the whole situation.
What does this noble warrior seek?
Well, I don't know, but he's clearly gone off to go and find it. No, there isn't a pathway yet. There's this mysterious tree growing in the lava for absolutely no reason that I can understand, and there's this guy just floating.
Surely there is another way.
Yes, it's called shouting, mate. It's something I thought you'd be quite good at. But, yeah, he seems to have been a past chieftain, but I thought he was their version of the devil, but maybe I'm mistaken. Still got no idea what I'm supposed to be doing there. How am I supposed to go around the chieftain?
Spirit, what say you?
Totem, honor him and stay true.
What name did you go by in this world, fallen hero?
Epic Hawk, hunt the waters, bounty of the sea.
A fisherman?
Yes.
I know, I've met your wife.
Who was your wife?
She who has my heart.
I meant her name. What is her name?
You don't mean physically, do you?
You'll not harm her, you will.
But I'm a nice man. I wouldn't do that, I promise.
Why do you stand here, fallen one? What does this totem mean to you?
Stand where I fall. Temple of Wind protects even in death.
Right.
I mean no harm to the temple. I am Olmec, holy warrior.
Lies and deceptions, like the evil one, none may pass. All seek to destroy.
You are confused, lost warrior. I speak the truth. Quetzalcoatl is my enemy as well. Step aside so that I may visit the temple.
Prove words true. Act of faith. Perform the test before I grant passage.
What, like an SAT?
I accept your challenge, Shade. What will be this test of faith?
If never given, life.
What are you blabbering on
A
about?
gift for your wife? Of what kind?
Livers, circles, neck.
A necklace? Simple enough. I will find one for her and...
No! Special is this. Crafted for her. Make her kept it. True words be true.
Right. So you mean somebody made her a special tailored necklace, but they never actually gave it to her. I've got to find out who that was. The bloke who was smashing up the walls mentioned something about creating jewellery to adorn Quetzalcoatl's tomb, so possibly he could make the jewellery. I need to get it off of him and give it to the wife, because that proves my faith, not just my resourcefulness. And then you'll let me into the temple of whatever under the sun it is. Crisps, possibly?
What was your station as a warrior, spirit?
Young, I was.
I really hope that the stations for the warriors don't all need to be like struggling to get them to some riddle to work out who's the oldest and who's the youngest. Potentially it is, possibly it's not. Who knows? I'm hoping it's just guff. Right. Might you have made a necklace for somebody? A necklace.
Mason, I would have a word with you. I have spoken with the spirit of Tepetak, warrior and husband to Kalkihut.
The fisherman? His spirit remains here?
Yes. You have the necklace that belongs to his wife. Give it to her, or I will shatter your limbs like twigs.
Very well.
There's no need to be a meanie.
Tell your
face about
spirit
it.
I will deliver his gift.
Brilliant. Excellent. You're having trouble with the postal service getting your letters and parcels to you. Just threaten to violently destroy them. And I'm sure everything will go fine. Your post gets delivered very promptly in prison. Right. Yes, I am here. I have got your post problem sorted out.
I have spoken with the Mason dead one. He will deliver the gift as promised.
Honorable Olmec, truth in your breath.
Again, this has nothing to do with my faith, but whatever.
I am grateful. Temple.
Yes, yes, the Temple of Winds. Yes, yes, yes. Get out of my way!
There. The way is open to me.
We told him that we weren't here for destructive purposes, and you've literally just knocked something over. Oh, goodness, what a big mess. Can I get these out of the way?
Boulders are no match for the mighty Olmec.
That's right, rip them out of the way. Prove that limb twig snapping strength of yours. Nice hat.
You
Daughter?
must be the stonemason's daughter. Your parents miss you greatly. I will take you home.
Note to self, teach parents not to accept rides from big snake-headed stone wig hat wearing strangers. Righty ho.
Kotulkyu, my daughter, you have returned from death.
Fool! She was trapped within the temple. Had you not been so stubborn and full of self-pity, you would have realized that.
Oh, my precious daughter!
Seems like I do have a degree in counselling.
So sorry. Go see your mother. She misses you terribly.
Careful, you're gonna bash one here with that big stone, mate. That mallet of yours. Okay, so we've achieved something. We've got the daughter back to the mother. Yeah, I did
I have
that.
found your daughter, woman.
Oh, thank you, Olmec. You have brought hope back into the lives of myself and my husband. As long as we have hope, the future will remain as bright as the sun.
Okay, I was expecting, like... I mean, I wasn't really looking for a reward, per se, but something to move the story along would have been appreciative. Have any further dialogue options with him? No. Okay, well now I'm kind of stuck, because I've got no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Can I speak... It was you that wanted the necklace, wasn't it? You were the wife of the fisherman, yes.
The jewelry suits you well, widow.
Thank you, Olmec. You have brought much happiness to my sad heart. Every time I see its reflection in the waters, I will think of my husband, and of you, for granting me this inner peace.
Is he gone then? The bloke? The fisherman bloke? I think he's gone, so possibly I've sorted out his problem without inadvertently realising it. It's alright, mate, you can go back. I didn't want you to go. Oh, you're not gone? Or are you gone? Have I solved your problem or not? No, seemingly not. I thought maybe if he'd gone then his soul would have, like, departed, and I could, that would be one less soul feeding Quetzalcoatl's magic, perhaps? I don't know. hear a heartbeat though. Do you hear that? Like very faintly, there is a heart beating somewhere. I'm thinking that might be the heart that it wants me to have for that, getting into the Temple of the Jaguar.
This spirit is restless for justice. No. Such an action is unworthy of the Holy Warrior.
Unworthy picking up water in a bucket. Such a terrible thing.
I can't.
Whatever makes you happy, mate.
The Unholy One's power must be great indeed. The Temple of Wind. A large crystal. I can see something inside.
Certainly very unique, isn't it?
These gongs produce music.
Oh, don't be a puzzle. Okay, that one's vibrating now. But let's stop them vibrating. Can I, like, start them up in a particular order? Yeah, I think I need to start these up in a particular order, and then potentially that will shatter the crystal. Ugh. Me and my big brain
The
worked it
wind
out.
totem.
Should I have this? Okay.
The wind totem.
Don't know what I want this for.
An empty cup.
An
empty copper bowl. It must have been used for sacrifices.
Quite. I'm now curious whether possibly I can use that,
Simple pottery.
Have any interest? No, it doesn't look like it. I'm now curious whether possibly that copper bowl goes on the sacrifice table, perhaps? Don't really know why it would, but I mean, it's a better guess than anything else I've got going on. I've got no idea what I want the wind totem for. Maybe I need, like, the wind and the water and the jaguar totem. I bring them all together, and then that gives me the power I need to fight this colorful bloke.
Sure, such an action
No,
is that.
no. Fine. Shut up then. Oh. There was this whole area here that I couldn't see before because this snoozing pusscat was blocking the way.
Is this old one preparing for battle?
It's a bit late for that, ain't it? Right, come on, mate.
Old man,
What's your shindig?
what say you?
I say that the end is near. Quetzalcoatl will destroy us all, lest I find one who can bring me the pod of might.
What name do you go by, Ancient One?
My name is Tezcatl. I am the village's last hope. It is my duty as village witch to destroy this devil who plagues us.
I'd be very happy to help you do that if you could figure out how we're gonna do that.
What is this pod you speak of?
The sacred pod of might. It contains the seeds I require to finish my spell. Yet, there is no way to reach it.
Why is that?
Is it in the Temple of Water?
It clings to the joining tree.
Oh no, it's that tree in the
surrounded by
lava
liquid
lake.
fire. Not even your stone form could withstand its heat.
Then maybe I need like a long pole to poke it and
How
pick
does
it
the
up.
tree survive if it is surrounded by fire?
It is magic, as is the pod that grows on its mighty trunk. However, the magic is fading, and the limbs will soon wither and burn.
There must be some way to reach
My
it.
thoughts exactly.
Perhaps the ancient rite of the warrior may be the answer.
Does it give me a pair of anti-fire slippers?
Rites of the warrior? What will that old magic accomplish?
It is old indeed, wise one. Though not practiced for many generations, it is rumored to have the ability to make a warrior impervious to the elements.
Could be very
Then I will
useful.
go
Let's get on
through
with
the
it then.
trials. Perform it.
Forgive me, Sacred One. I cannot. I don't remember the complete ceremony. However, the stonemason knows it. He is the village chief now.
Yes, I know that. I'm just a bit surprised at why he would know it. But alright, we'll come back and deal with the rest of your dialogue options later. Alright then, turns out this stonemason is turning out to be more of a central character than I ever predicted. But, yeah, I didn't realise there was anything over here, because, like, it kind of looks like there's a path here, but this just completely obscured it, which made it very difficult to notice there was anything there. But never mind. Poking your nose into every corner where it definitely doesn't belong is another tactic of getting through these games I have learned very sorely. So, yeah, let's go and chat with the stonemason and see what he has to say about this trial of the didgeridoo-dah. You there! Teach me of the trial of didgeridoo-dah.
I have found your daughter, Mason. It is time for me to undergo the rite of the warrior.
You are truly honorable, Olmec. Please find it in your heart to forgive me.
Yes, whatever. Get on with it.
Enough groveling, chieftain. Get on with it.
Yes.
I like
course.
this Olmec bloke. Me and him
There
are
are
on the
two
same
stages
page.
to the ritual. The first, an act of bravery and heroism. You've already shown that by returning my daughter to me. Second, you must recite the names of the warriors who have come before you, in order of their lineage.
Oh. That's why everyone was telling me their name. No. Oh gosh, good thing I've got a pen handy.
I'd like to undergo the second stage of the ritual.
Do you know all 6 names of the warriors who came before you?
No, not yet.
I'm sorry. You must find all 6 before I test you.
Oh, great. Absolutely spiffing. So are those the names? Are they the souls of the people who died in the battle? Because I think there are about 6 of them, but I can't talk to all of them yet.
A large statue. Violent earth magic has made it unstable.
And how about some violent human magic? Or some stone warrior magic, or whatever the son is you are. I'm not convinced I understand how that works, but who cares? I think that will give me access to the final shade, and if I can get his name out of him, then I will have the names of all the 6 warriors, which I can then give to the Mason, which will then let me complete the trial.
Spirit, what say you?
Bitter. Defeat. First to Rome.
All very sad. I don't care. What's
What
your
name
name?
did you go by in this world, fallen hero?
Evil. This warrior. Clan. Shaven head on me.
Yes, indeed. I couldn't care less about any of the other information you have within your brain. Let's go and have a look at this place and see if we can get in here. Can we get inside?
Clearly, this is the Temple of Water.
Well done, Sherlock
An
Holmes.
empty... Sure, perhaps. The wit... Sure, I can that.
No, okay, I'm guessing if we do need to get into the Temple of Water, which I believe that we do, because I think we need to get the totem out of each of them, out of each of the 3, then we're going to have to come back to that later. I'm also becoming more and more convinced as I wander around this place infinitesimally that the heartbeat is coming from this statue here, so potentially that's where that is. So possibly if I can destroy that statue, I can find that heart. There was like a heart that doesn't bleed, there was like a heart made of stone or something? Maybe that's the idea? Still got no idea whose holy heart I'm supposed to stab in order to get blood out of it. But never mind. I have the names, and if you dare say that I don't, I will scream.
I'd like to...
Do you know?
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
Then let us begin, Olmec. Name the 6 warriors, starting with the youngest and ending with the eldest.
Just what I was dreading. Well, guess what? I can't be bothered. I'm looking it up. I don't care. I'm not going to analyze all of their verbal diarrhea. I am just going to look it up. Sorry if that disappoints you, but I have limits.
Mixquartal.
You are most wise, Grand Olmec. You are
Indeed.
now ready for the ancient magics of the land, handed down to me by my father and his father before him.
Yes, quite.
To protect you from the mighty elements, I must combine your stone flesh with my blood and the magics of the earth. This will create a temporary magical barrier between yourself and the forces of nature.
How long will it last?
Not long. You must be swift in your quest.
Okay, brilliant. I honestly don't care about the specifics at this point.
Blood of the
Let's just
holy,
get on with it.
flesh of the warrior, married to the heart of the land in a union of protection and power. Hear my prayers for divine conjuring. Bring forth the sacred magics of the deep earth to shield this noble warrior from the harsh elements.
Well, what?
It is done. Go forth and fulfill your destiny, Olmec. The fate of our village lies in your hands.
Right, brilliant. Now that I've got my upgraded special slippers, I can walk across the lava, which will get me the pot of might, which I can give to the bloke, which will let him perform his ritual, which will wear out Quetzalcoatl, which will let me punch him in the nose. Right. I'll have that. And then I shall leave. I know we're literally talking about like a stone warrior, and like shades, and Aztec demons, and magical spells, but at the same time, this is a bit crazy.
Another hut.
Oh, shut up.
This
The
must-
pot of might, give it to him. Get this
I
over
have
with.
the pot of might, old one. Here, work your magic.
Use your special seeds. Do your
Very
special thing
good.
with it.
Thank you, Sacred One. I will begin at once. I go to fulfill my destiny.
By snogging the pot of might and then chucking
May
it into the
my
ditch.
sacrifice save the village.
I certainly hope so. So he's going to run off and attempt to kill Quetzalcoatl. Brilliant. I don't guess I can use the blood to catch some of
I
his,
can't.
can I?
No, I can't. I can't
No,
use that.
that's a terrible shame. Oh, you're still alive!
Although honorable in your sacrifice, the village is still in danger, old one. Quetzalcoatl has powerful magic at his disposal.
Mask.
God, what mask? What are you blabbering
Mask?
about?
What mask do you speak of?
Death Mask. His power comes from it
Where is it?
below the maze.
What maze? Can I have some of your blood now? Yes, I can have some of your blood now. Brilliant. So now I have...
The wind to a sacrificial bowl filled with the blood of the witch doctor.
Yes, quite. So that's one of the things that I need to get access to the Jaguar Temple. The Jaguar? That's a new way of pronouncing it that not even the English or Americans will ever agree on. So I've got one of the things I need to get in here now, and I'm guessing maybe the maze is under here? I don't know. Yeah.
Holy One, this blood is sacred indeed, but still, a second offering is required. The heart which does not bleed. Find this, and the door of the temple shall open.
Indeed, and I presume you don't mean this.
What more can I do?
Quite. Well, quite. Very patriotic statement for you to make now, my friend. Okay, we're making progress. Snail-paced progress that's being dragged out like blood from a stone. But never mind. I'm convinced the heart is in here. It must be.
They have honored Quetzalcoatl.
Because I can hear the heartbeat sometimes when I pass by here. I just don't know how you act. I don't know how you get hold of it. Now that his butt has moved out of the way, I don't guess I can access his home now, can I? I can! And there is the most obvious-looking heart-shaped thing I've ever seen in my life. Finally, something in this game that is not shrouded in mysticism.
Crystal heart.
Oh, heart that cannot bleed. That sounds about right. Right, anything else in here of interest that I should pay attention to? Some special scented candles.
Give off a powerful fragrance.
Nice, isn't it? Maybe it was the candles that were giving off the fragrance, not the magic, but never mind. Okay, I've got the heart now. Let's put it in the bowl and get into this temple, and that'll be where the maze is. And I'm expecting that getting through the maze is also going to be another puzzle. But never mind. Let's just feel really tired. And yet somehow never be able to sleep.
The offerings are accepted. The Jaguar Temple door opens before sacred Olmec.
Very kind of you. The maze isn't in here.
The Jaguar Totem.
I'd better have that. Now what are you complaining about? Oh gosh, turns out you're not as big and strong as you always make out.
Murals of ancient heroes. What? No painting of the mighty Olmec?
How awful! I must write to the president of my fan club at once. Is this going to be a puzzle?
Stone wheels. Set to turn for some strange purpose.
Can I turn them? Yes, I can. The question is, what do I want them to be? I'm going to guess it's the same as the sort of the line of patterns that are down here. Like, I want this one to be like a pattern of a fish, maybe? If we've got something that looks a bit like that, yeah. And then I want this last one up here to be like a sort of like an iron sights, for want of a better term. Like that. And then it looks like it's like some sort of picture of an explosion or something. There we are. Or a star. That seems a bit more logical, doesn't it? Then we've got like a little picture of a little face. That's the next one. And then what are the last two that I can't see from here? If I could ever figure out how you get out of this place again. The last two are the picture of the horned cow, and then the moon, and then the I've screwed this up somehow because I've missed one somewhere, haven't I? Yes, I have. This one is supposed to be the star.
I cannot go that way.
Right, I've got all muddled. Right, okay, I got these all horribly muddled. But now, if you'd stop doing that, I think I can have this thing.
The Jaguar's power is revealed.
I'm not convinced I like the look of this. But, okay. Am I done in here now?
A beam of light. Some great magic is at work here.
Well, quite.
The stone jaguar head is silent now.
Yes, indeed. So, I don't think there's anything else here I can do other than complain about my lack of publicity. So, possibly that beam of light has revealed something. Maybe it opens the way to access the Temple of Water? That's my only guess. We definitely do need to get into the Temple of Water at some point, because we need to get hold of the totem. So, potentially, it's interacting with the temple over here somehow. That will let me in? It's a guess, but... no.
Clearly, this is the Temple of Water.
No, this seems to be just the same as it was before. It seems like there's some sort of like a pressure plate here or something. But none of my items seem to work on it. So I don't know how you get in here.
Clearly. Carved stone. It seems to be a piece of something greater. Images carved in stone. Somehow these hold the key to the water temple.
Oh, right, and you want a specific sequence, and I'm supposed to get the sequence from where? Yanking it out my backside? No! I'm going to get it from the guide again. Sorry. I hate to be using the guide this much. I really, really, really do. I also hate that I started off using a guide that literally just misses complete massive sections of the game. But never mind. The sun, the spear, the waves, the fish, the basket? Basket, the fish, I guess that's a basket then. Hooray. Oh, I was going to say that stopped shining now. No, now the three things are all shining together in a massive trifecta of blue spookiness. Again, I've got no idea what this is supposed to mean, or how it all comes together, or how I was supposed to know any of the information I've worked out thus far. Oh, it's all centered around the statue and blown it up, because of course it has. Okay, I'm going to presume that the door to the temple isn't open yet, and instead it wants me to interact with the remains of the statue. If I could ever get past these invisible barriers, which are driving me to absolute drink. There's something left here that I could make use of. No? Is this where I put these?
This is
Yes, it is.
the
And I'm putting them in the arrangement of the temples themselves. Because the wind one's down that way, and the Jaguar temple is down that way, and the wind temple is up there. Right, so now I've just got, not the wind temple, the water temple, you know what I meant. I've been recording this for far longer than I thought I would. But that doesn't matter. We are getting on with it, and that's all that matters, and I do want to see the end of this game. We will get there somehow. Hooray! And this does indeed work. What under the sun am I looking at? What's with all the signposts?
a ruby fish. Its blood-like coloring must indicate something important.
Indeed. Let's just have that, shall we? There we go. So what are these weird symbols? Whatever these things are.
A grating in the floor and water below. I can see something glimmering in the depths.
Well, I haven't a fishing rod,
Empty copper
and I
bowl.
doubt I can just empty the entire sea using this thing. Doesn't seem like I can interact with these, whatever these things are. So what am I supposed to do now?
Impatience burns within my stony breast.
Shut up. Don't tell me to put the pattern in every time I want to go inside this frickin' building. Yes, I do! Brilliant! I could honestly, genuinely just burst into tears playing this game sometimes.
Clearly.
Right. Giddy on. I feel like I'm doing this little song and dance quite a lot. So you come to the side of the temple and you push the stones in the correct order, which opens the door. You go inside and you pick up the fish. You then walk out of the temple, and then you put the same sequence into the walls again. You go back inside, and then magically the totem is here.
The water totem.
Right. Is it my imagination, and I'm not trying to state that the puzzles throughout this game have been logical and sort of fluid by any stretch of the imagination. They are bizarre, they make very little sense, and for the vast majority of the time, how you are supposed to get from A to B makes no sense, because it doesn't seem like it's just a linear path of reasoning. You're supposed to fly off in random different directions, remember enormous amounts of information. And I don't mind, like, if it's just a test of, like, memory and analytical skills and logic, that's fine. but just the random connections to things which do not have any logical connection between them whatsoever. Like, why are you supposed to go in the temple, then leave, then come back, and then go back in again? Why?
I will soon become a true statue.
Shut up, mate. I couldn't care less about you right now. Hey, am I missing something? Am I being dumb? Am I just not figuring out how this works?
An empty copper bowl.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've got the third totem now, and... Brilliant. Okay, this presumably is where the maze is. If we can get through the maze, then we can get the mask, and if we destroy the mask, then Quetzalcoatl will lose his power. Despite the fact that he previously said that his power came from the souls. And now we're watching an Indiana Jones movie. Okay, let's just chill and relax a little bit, because I do not want to be this down on this game. But seriously, this chapter has gotten my nerves. It's very pretty, I'll give it that. Oh, is that the mask? This might be a little bit more difficult to destroy than I initially anticipated if it's that big. Who is this character? Is this just some random Victorian explorer? Or is this meant to be some more modern person that's actually relevant to this? Or is this like Dr. Morgan or something? Is that why all of this has come together? Did he need some of this?
Could it be?
Oh no, maybe it's me.
Time? So simple.
DNA test cycle initiated.
Come on. Hold together, you son of a bitch.
Molecular cohesion affirmative.
Yes!
Test cycle downloaded to DVD. Encryptor sequence completed. System shutdown activated.
So I went to a tomb underneath an ancient Aztec village, and that's why my brain was dreaming up, because maybe I'd heard like some myths of it. And that's what I was so excited about, that I stole the car, and then my brakes failed, and I flew off a cliff, and all of this insanity began. Brilliant! Oh, goodness, I cannot wait to not do this. We're going to do this on a different day when I've calmed down a bit, and I'm feeling a little bit more positive about this game. But anyway, that is more than enough of that for now. Thank you very much. I am so sorry. I really do like this game. It is bizarre, it is varied, it builds its story up lovely. It's really good. I just don't get the puzzles, I just don't get the logic of them. Maybe I'm missing something, or maybe I'm an idiot. But maybe this game is famous for just...
The Sacred Warrior surveys the wrecked village.
The Sacred Warrior repeatedly interrupts me when I'm trying to talk about stuff. Yeah, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you're supposed to come at this with a different mindset. Maybe the games aren't designed that you just play them and you succeed in them. Maybe they are designed that you're supposed to ask your mates in the playground, because we didn't have game guides in 1998. I have no idea, but that's enough of that. We will find the ending of Olmec's adventure another day. For now, that is enough of all that. Thank you very much for joining this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other and